praising fucking niggas saying, Jesus Christ. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, legitimately, very often. There's a guy, like if anybody ever thinks about social media fads and the people who end up becoming relevant for no apparent reason besides like people like the video they put on the fucking goddamn interwebs, these people, like, I forget his name, but it was a guy who was riding a skateboard and his name was like dog something. This nigga was drinking cranberry juice and surfing a board, and niggas like, oh, he deserves fucking contracts. Like, people get this nigga's contracts. He had legitimate sponsorships because he was a stoner riding a fucking waveboard. And I say, wow. Like, I think to myself, Apex, Jesus Christ, are you really that talented? Like, maybe you're not talented. Maybe this is what life is about. Life is about niggas on skateboards for some reason, drink cranberry juice, high as fuck, listen to some fucking white girl song. That's what the social media world loves. And you know what? I'm fighting. I'm fighting against it. And this is what the larger message is about today. The larger message of today, as I said from my fucking orange juice, people don't know about game. Like, this nigga said, you are talking to yourself in a space. Nigga, I'm recording a podcast. I talk. See, once again, this is why you niggas don't care. Like, I do this shit for real. I legitimately do this shit for real. Most people don't have the ability to talk to themselves. And that's all podcasting is. You're just talking to yourself. You're just talking to an audience that doesn't really exist, but they will exist at some point because they're going to watch the content that you're putting out there. And so it really shows your dedication to the game. Most people ain't dedicated to the game. And that's why I said we're going to talk about game. Most niggas ain't got no game. Period. Fucking point blank of all things that are good and holy in Jesus Christ. Most niggas do not have game. And when I say game, I'm not talking about girls. I'm talking about that real game. This logic game. How to think and fucking see things and make moves and maneuvers. Niggas are not making moves and maneuvers. You fuckers are just out here fucking using ejaculation as your fucking motivation. And that's why most of you niggas ain't shit. And most of you niggas are never going to be shit because you can't get over your fucking dick. It's amazing. It's amazing. Most niggas are so in love with pussy, but have never destroyed pussy. Ever. Like, I promise you, the guys who are most deep in the pussy, like, I need pussy, boo, their dick game is terrible. You know why? No recovery. Listen, I'm an old man, an old sapient. Old. And listen, I don't got it all day just to do it. Just the act of it is so much work. And when you look at what the return is for the work, what do you get from it? The only way that you ejaculate makes sense is if a chick is blowing you. Because then she's doing all the work to please you, which I'm willing to take that deal. That's a fair fucking deal. Most of you niggas don't understand a good deal or proposition when you see one. So if I can't get that, I'm just out. I'm out, period. Like, there's nothing most girls can do for me that would give me a ROI that's worth the fuck. And see, most of you niggas don't understand the game. And you know how I came to that conclusion? Logic, nigga. I'm 5'2". I don't know why niggas ask me this question. How tall am I? I don't know. 5'2", maybe. Maybe 4'11". I think 4'11 is closer. And here's the funny thing about the tall thing. It's like, if we went by metrics, like the metric system, which I already pointed out, niggas would not give a shit about height. Height is not that important in the metric system because you can't. What is 162 to 82? Like, you can't comprehend it. Most people think 5'11 is short simply because there's a thing called 6 foot. And 6 foot is just 12 inches. What is 12 inches? We don't know. It's just some fucking thing that somebody got like this and decide that's a fucking inch. There's no real rhyme or reason behind it. And most niggas don't have the ability to do what I just did, which is called think, process logic, and think about things that make sense. And that's why I'm going to put you on. I'm going to put you on game. It's 1+1. Shout out to White Bat. Me and White Bat are out here carrying logic for you fucking dum-dums. Because if without logic, you just, as a man, you're fucking done. You're just finished. I hate to tell you. If you can't understand why 1+1 = 2, I can't help you as a human being. As a human being, you might as well just retire from fucking ever being something worth the damn in society and just listen to a smart person. But here's the thing: you're too dumb to listen to a smart person, so it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter. You just self-sabotage everything anyway. Big dumbs, big dumbs. So here's the game. Most of you niggas are not playing for the game. You guys are playing for pussy because it's the only game you can kind of really think. 5'8" guy will kick your head. Okay, a fucking 5'4" guy can kick me in the head. What are you talking about? A 6'7" guy can kick me in the head. What are you talking about? Like, you're dumb. See, there's a guy on my YouTube right now live. His name is Haiti. And Haiti tells me a 5'8" guy will kick my head. And pretty much anybody can kick your head that's not like a midget. Legitimately. Like, it's not hard to kick somebody's head. You don't have to be that tall to kick somebody's head. Now, if somebody's like 6'4", then you have to chop their legs down and soccer kick him in the head, but you can kick him in the head. He's probably thinking about, I don't know what this guy's thinking of. I mean, anyway, besides the point, see, this is the thing about the dumb people. The dumb people come into the smart people spaces because smart people spaces are much, much more better. Like, it's empirically better that if you are smart and you understand life, the spaces you occupy are going to be better places. It's pretty simple. Very, very, very simple. And because it's so simple, I think most people think it's too good to be true, so they just simply don't do it because they see other things and other like equations that I call like multiplication. It's like, imagine somebody who's illiterate in arithmetic, basic arithmetic, trying to do like calculus. What would their calculus look like? Like, they'll see the results of what the calculus gives, but they don't actually understand the process of the calculus. And that's why most of them are dumb. And so what I'm trying to understand with people in game is you got to get back to basics, man. Most niggas are not getting the basics. And when you don't get to the basics, you can't do anything else in life. And the basics as a human being, and I made a video about this, the 4 sapient morning rituals. I should bring that up. So if you're looking up the YouTube live, there's the 4 basic morning ritual, which is you need to write and read, which journaling accomplishes. You need to drink some water and work out or swing a mace, which swinging a mace is the most optimal way of training. And you need to go touch grass. Go outside and touch grass and run a little bit. You need to move something. And get outside with nature and just fucking doing things. It kind of helps that. And you can actually combine 2 and 3. If you bring the water, swing the mace, and go out to a grass field, you accomplish all 3. That's how I do it. It's trifecta. See, real niggas ain't telling you about this in the game. Andrew Tate ain't give you this type of information. And then 4, you just get to work. Oh, who the fucking guess? Like, it's crazy. We got legitimate like dum-dums like in the world. And I used to think I was one of the dum-dums. Hey, what up, John Carlos? Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason why so few engage in it. Henry Ford, most motherfuckers lack critical thinking. He is goddamn right. Absolutely fucking correct. Most of you niggas don't want to think. You want somebody to think for you and tell you to do things because you're beta. Beta. Shout out Jesse Lee Peterson. One of the funniest niggas on the fucking internet. Nobody respects it though. But what I've realized just through my steady observations of you fucking human beings, you people, is that most of you guys all fit in particular archetypes. And you find your little niche, and then that's what you gotta do. Like you fit this art. You're not free. Most niggas are not free. And here's the game about life. Here's what the game of life is. The game of life is to be as free as fucking possible as a man. That is your fucking existence. You want to be free to do whatever you want to fucking do. And whenever you accomplish a little bit more freedom, you get happier, man. You just be fucking vibing, chilling, enjoying the grandness of life. Because what happens is manhood's whole fucking premise is to increase freedom. Like, we want to be free to do what we want to do because man is territorial and is a conqueror by nature, which you can pretty much, you can refer back to my old video with the fire, which is man's spirit or man's natural nature is fire. We burn things or we extinguish. That's pretty much what happens as a man. So you have to have your own territory to be able to burn things. And then sometimes you can take other people's flames Because you guys combine flames and then you just overwhelm them, then you collect their flame. And that's like the game of life, man. It's just about becoming free. And the only way you can become free is through education and knowledge. Well, it's the same thing, but education and fitness is pretty much the only way you can become free. That is really the secret to life. Ta-da! I gave it to you. Education and fitness. If you train hard and you fucking train your brain, it's impossible for you to fail in life. It really is impossible. For you to fail in life will require you to do nothing. But since you do something, and what you do is fitness related and forget the other word. Jesus Christ, how did I forget that's such a bar, man? Just a fucking goddamn bar. Your fitness and freedom, you have to increase those two. Or financials, whatever you want to call it. There's a different type of freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of financials. Once you increase all those things, like pretty much the max you can, you're going to enjoy life to the equivalent of whatever you can say I want to do when I feel like doing it. And really the highest level, I guess, would be like king. Like we rule a country or rule a nation, which is possible. Anybody can do it. Anybody can get to become a ruling nation. It's not impossible. But you have to think really, 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 really hard about it. And like do a lot of long-term planning and get really extremely lucky too. There's a lot of luck that involves that. But see, most people, they talk that king shit, but niggas ain't really trying to do some king shit. Because king shit requires you to take so many goddamn battles. It's like a general. Like, you want to be a general? Well, guess how many battles you have to fight? Thousands of battles. Thousands. You have to face death thousands of times, face thousands of fucking victories, face thousands of fucking stalemates. It's like it's almost immeasurable how many times you have to risk your life to become at the highest level. You just stay alive the longest on the battlefield. And that's what you gotta try to do in life. Like, if you don't fight any battles, you're not gonna get anywhere. There's no adversity, there's nothing that you have to like do to fucking get you to where you want to be. Bruh, you're done. You're fucking finished. Finish. Try to tell niggas. Niggas don't be listening to me. I try to help you people, man. Motherfuckers don't want the help though. You know why they don't want help? Because everybody thinks they got the answers. Everybody thinks they have the answers. You have answers, but you don't have the answers. And that's what the game is about. The game is about finding out the answers by testing yourself. No. If you test yourself, you will inevitably find out what your game is. That's why I'm trying to put you on game. But motherfuckers, I hope the vibration is making sense to people. I think a lot of times when I speak, it rattles motherfuckers because you have to question yourself. And I think most men don't truly question themselves. Most guys don't really question. Most guys have an insane amount of delusion about their own abilities and what they are and how they appear in life. Insane amount. And because of that, they don't really ever try to test themselves because they don't want to break that fucking the delusion because it'd be too painful. Like, it's much easier for you to just cope. The human animal is such a fucking funny animal. Like, we really think about like us because we all have the same. I like to believe every human has the same emotional feeling. Like if you feel rage, everybody's rage is exactly the same rage. If you feel sad, everybody's sad is exactly the same sad. I think I'd like to believe that we all have that. It's all the same universally through us. But what I believe what makes us different is our ability to how would you say it? Think through it. Like, as it's happening to you, the rage hits, your ability to say, okay, I'm mad, I'm very fucking angry, but let me stop and resist and think. I don't think most people have that ability. Most people just fucking, they fucking go like they're kids. Like, I really, legitimately, most human beings out there like 6 years old. They're most 6 or 7 years old at their core. Most humans don't have the ability to think. And from what I've seen from human beings, just as a teacher, I get to watch young kids kind of like interact. And it's amazing what you see, like, as the younger kids compared to the older kids. The younger kids, they have no fucks given about anything. They don't care. They just do things. They're just out there. And like you can see that like each kid is so much easier to remember at 5 and 6 because each individual's personality is so different. They're so fucking uniquely like different as far as how they behave, what they do, how they act. But when I notice with the older kids, all these niggas act the same. I've been making fun of them. I'm like, nigga, what's the real you? Show me that real animal. Most of you niggas don't have no real animal about them. And that's what happens to a lot of like older guys. They end up fucking just caving in to being an archetype of whatever the fuck that we call like humans in America. Like it's so stupid. Cause niggas are just dumb. Like you start to realize like most people are dumb, and like and this is one of the things I realize when I'm playing the game. Is like I'm so good at my game, like it's almost unfair against the people I'm playing because like I do sales. Like my job is to sell against other people that play the game. Like they need this done. Okay, I'm gonna come in and play in your house, build this shit, then dip. Holy shit. And so look, I'm starving anyway. But anyway, yeah, the game, man, you gotta understand if you want freedom in this life, you want to do things that are gonna make you miraculous and just legendary and become a world-renowned human being, you gotta start playing the game. And once you realize that the more you play, the better you get, it's impossible for you to not get better at the game that you're playing. The only way that you lose the game is if you stop playing. It's such a fucking same obvious thing that everybody tells you, but it literally is true. It literally is true. If you do 100 jumping jacks and you decide that I'm going to do 100 every day, then you're going to be 100 jumping jack motherfucker for the rest of your life. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, like, you'll be able to do 100 jumping jacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ingrained in you. You can do 100, like, your body's going to resemble what can do 100 jumping jacks. If you do whatever you want to do in life, let's say you want to make music, say you want to mount TVs, say you want to become a social media influencer, whatever the fuck. If you do that every day, you just try your hardest and you just keep putting it out. You just keep going, keep doing it. At some point in time, you cannot be good at it. You cannot. There's no such thing as an archer who shoots for 150 years and sucks at shooting. It doesn't exist. So that's my message for the day. It's like keep putting your ass in the grass, keep playing out there. Don't give in to societal norms, and be your own sapien. Because when you become your own sapien, then life is dope. Chilling.